Hello and welcome. So, on this episode, we continue our series on anger. Now, remember that in previous videos, I talked about anger management, I talked about managing frustration and anger in a relationship, I talked about 10 anger hacks, how to hack anger when you're angry. But on this particular show today, I'm going to be talking about 7 ways to deal with hot anger. 7 creative ways to express hot anger. Rather, how do you express hot anger? You are extremely angry, all right, and you can imagine that kind of anger that your face is red. Everyone can practically read it on your face that you are angry. How then do you express this anger? A creative way for you to express this anger. But before I go into that, let me share a story with you. Now, there's this lady, her name is Mary, and then she saw a suspicious text message on her husband's cell phone. Now, she suspected he was having an affair, and later that evening, she confronted him. He reluctantly admitted that he was having sex with a woman he met at work, but told her he was going to break the affair immediately. Of course, that was the promise he made. Now, Mary became livid and asked her husband to leave the house. But when he started crying, apologizing, and telling that she was the love of his life, she decided to let him stay. Well, that evening, and of course the following days, anger built up inside of her. Now, even though she allowed her husband to stay, what literally happened was she had that anger within her. The anger was deeply seated in her, but she didn't express it. Now, she kept it, she bottled it in, and continued to smile. All right, she continued to smile, at her work and trying to be nice to her husband and everyone around her. But again, this anger built up stress in her. Part of her wanted to express the anger. Another part of her wanted to remain well behaved. She didn't want to hurt her husband. She didn't want her husband to feel like he wasn't needed at all. And so she kept this anger within her. 2 weeks later, she became ill and she was diagnosed of having acute pharyngitis. What this means is a sore throat that is developed when you bottle up things and you are stressed up. And of course, this developed and coupled with depression and fatigue. Now, Mary was not unique in getting sick after bottling up strong emotions. This is where a lot of us find ourselves today because we don't want to express our anger, because we do not know how best to express our anger. And so we bottle this thing up and we become so worried as to how do I express this? How do I tell this person? And so today, on this particular show, I'm going to share with you 7 ways with which you can express your anger in a constructive and positive ways. Now, in the previous video, what we talked about was basically what to do when you're angry, all right? But this time I want to look at how do you express this anger? Not just what you do, but how do you express this anger? Now, number one way that you can express this anger is to hit a ball. Yeah, you can see this, hit a ball. So just in case you get something, you can get a ball. There's a form of stress ball that you can squeeze in your hand. You can learn to play tennis ball, you can learn to play table tennis, golf ball, volleyball, or whatever type of ball. Get boxing gloves and hit a punching bag, imagining that you're beating up the person who triggered the anger within you. All right, you can also go to the gym, pump some iron, go for a run, do some jogging. While you're doing that, you're listening to music. Now, what this helps you to do is you're transferring that anger to something else. Rather than getting angry with the person or the individual who has gotten you angry, you're transferring it to an object that is non-vocal, an object that is non-emotional. All right, so the next time you are angry, a very healthy and constructive way to express that anger is to hit a ball. So you can get a ball, maybe a basketball, and you are hitting on the ground, or you can get a football and just keep kicking, keep kicking, keep kicking. If you can play table tennis, you can just be raising with the leg if there is nobody to play with you, or go play a volleyball match, or go jogging, or go running. This way, you're letting out the anger within you and not allowing it to eat you up. Number 2 point is you can write out your anger. All right, write out your anger. Now, what writing out your anger helps you to do is that you're detailing how you feel. You're detailing how you feel. You're writing clearly how you feel about that thing, about that person, or about the anger. So you can express yourself fully. Nobody holds you responsible. So you can get a journal, get yourself a journal, and write down how you feel exactly. Write down how anger has made you feel. Write out how the person has made you feel. All right. Now, if this is the first time you're watching this video or you're joining this channel, do not forget to subscribe below and do not forget to turn on the notifications so that the next time a video is up, you're going to get the notification immediately. I'm so appreciative that you have come to watch this video and I hope to see you the other time. So let's go to number 3 way in which you can express your anger positively is sing out your anger. Look at this. Is this all right? Sing out your anger. Now you can listen to music that enables you to express your anger. There are a number of musicians out there. Now I tell people that music plays a role in our emotions. Music has a way of helping us to bottle out our unveil our emotions, to pour out our emotions. So you can create scores, you can create lyrics that exactly match what you feel. You can write down songs. They don't need to make sense, all right, that express how you feel. Just create something and you'll be amazed that when you create that song, and you listen to it later on, it might sound just so beautiful. Okay, use your voice, use any musical instruments that you have around, right, and sing this music. Now you're not singing a song that weighs you down. No, you're not singing a song that uh, brings you to a state of low mood. You're actually singing a song that elevates you from that level of anger to that in which you're not angry. So you're not picking a song that is not motivating, a song that is not healthy. No, you're writing something. Yes, it's expressing how you feel, but you know how you don't want to feel. So you can sing it out or you can write yours. As you do this, you're able to let it out, all right, and then you realize at a point the anger has subsided or the anger has left you. We're on number 4 now. Number 4 says dance out your anger. Okay, dance out your anger. Let me show you. Dance out your anger. Get something good, get a good music, usually a staccato rhythm. That's the kind of rhythm that allows you to move here and there, all right, in the privacy of your home, and then dance out this anger. Now as you dance out this anger, you sweat out this anger. You realize that things are coming out of your body because you are dancing perhaps voraciously. You are dancing as a way of, maybe you're not excited, okay, but you don't want to act it out on someone. So imagine this picture that you are angry, all right, but music is going on and they are just trying to just take that smile and all, but you're dancing with the energy that you have within you now, because anger doesn't make you weak. So you're able to dance and you sweat it out, and then you realize that after a while this anger is no longer there. All right, the anger is no longer there because you have danced it out. You have exerted some form of energy out of your body, and the energy that you have exerted has taken out the anger within you, even as you danced. Next one is draw or paint your anger. Draw or paint your anger. For a number of people who like to draw, for a number of people who like to paint, when you are angry, you can easily bring out a piece of paper, all right, and just be drawing anything that comes to your mind. You can draw the paint of the person who got you angry. You can draw the last thing that came to your mind. Okay, take a piece of paper and some colorful crayons or paint, and draw whatever comes to your mind. Just keep drawing. Just keep drawing. This is a technique that takes your mind off the event. This technique takes your mind off the event and makes you to focus on what is around you or what you're doing. So you are not conscious. You're not conscious of the person who got you angry. You're not conscious of your anger. No. Right now, you're conscious of what you're writing. You're conscious of what you're drawing. You've taken your attention away from the emotions that you're feeling at the moment. And so you're able to pour all that emotions into what you're drawing. It could be anything that you're drawing, but just try as much as possible to draw. For those who love drawing, this works. Now for the music part, those who love music, this would work. And then for some people who do not like any of this, to jogging out of the house or going to play a form of sport whatsoever would help. Another important point is to verbalize your anger. Verbalize your anger. Now, what do I mean? This is a gestalt technique for expressing anger when it's still fresh. So you can put a chair across the room and imagine that the person who has made you angry is sitting on that chair, and just keep talking to the person. Now talk to the chair, scream at the chair, All right. This is another way of expressing your anger. Another thing you can do is to put pillows on the sofa and wait until you are home alone and keep hitting the pillow. Just be hitting the pillow, hitting the pillow. Let the pillow take in your anger. All right. Scream it out. Let the pillow take in your anger. Do not bottle up the rage. All right. Vent it out. Vent out this anger. Vent out this emotion. Now you're not exerting this on a human being, but on an object, like I said earlier on, that cannot talk, that cannot feel your emotions or your pain. So hit the pillow, hit the sofa, all right? Beat whatever you can beat. Do not enjoy yourself. Yeah, I need to make that very clear that you do not enjoy yourself. Ensure as much as possible that you do not enjoy yourself. This technique is called a gestal technique because you're imagining that that's the person, or that object represents the person who has gotten you angry. You can put a chair across the room and keep talking to that chair, imagining that the person who has angered you is actually sitting on that chair. This method works a lot of times. I've seen this method work with people. I've also used this method on people even as 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 a therapy. So go ahead and express or use any of this method. Now the final method is that you can talk calmly. Now trust me, this works as well. Talk calmly. Talk calmly. Just talk. All right, just talk. After using any of these techniques, and it's not, you can just talk directly to the person you are angry with, calmly explaining why you are angry. Do not go ahead to do this when you're still fuming, because whatever that person says can increase your level of anger. All right, but what you can just do is just simply go ahead and say, hey, I do not like what you did to me.